Sup, Yoshi, superwildyoshi. Yeah, superwildyoshi. What is up with it? I'm gonna be doing this set of yours, or this game of yours. Sheik Falco, pretty pretty good stuff. I'm not a huge fan of this matchup, but I mean it's just whatever. And we're gonna be focusing mostly on just like your habits as a player, above all else. Like we're gonna be focusing. I'm gonna be focusing on your habits, and on your decision making. So let's get into it. Okay, I like the narrative stuff as like the stuff is jumped there. I think that was pretty good. What I'm not a fan of is this down tilt that you did. This down tilt you did when he was at what, 11%? Not when he was at 9%. So that's definitely something to be aware of. You down tilt falco is at 9%. Don't do this. Down tilt does knock down. When does down tilt knock down? Down tilt, I would assume like 25, like mid-20s. Attack your sheik with downwards tilt. First hitbox. 26. Down tilt doesn't knock down until 40? Not Falco down. Actually, I guess so. We're doing with Falco. Doesn't knock Falco down until 42. Till 42%. Even though you were trying to scoop up his landing, like even then, it's still not a great idea at all. And I really don't want to see you doing this stuff, doing this kind of down tilt. Because if Falco executes there, like if Falco executes there, he can just shine, like he can just downer you into shine and then just combo you to death. I think Falco may have missed his short hop. Maybe I guess that would explain why he did this. But you could have died for this. Like you could have gotten you could have eaten like 50% for this at least. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with you are these all the shield pokes? Actually, okay. So you can be naring Falco when he up tilts your shield like this. You should be. Like just do like full hop or something like that so you can get away. Yeah, but in this situation you should probably be naring out of that up tilt. So maybe you get more comfortable challenging Falco's shield pressure. And then what happens? Do you just release shield? Yeah, okay, so definitely work on handling Falco's shield pressure. It looks like you're a little bit unsure of what to do. And you're just like your timings are off. Like here. Here you just do wave dash at a really bad time. Like instead you're trying to wave dash here, you just do it at a really bad time. No bueno. You know, like in that kind of situation you should be waiting for the rising aerial and then naring it. And then again you kind of drop the ball and punishing you drop the ball and punishing Falco here. You could have nared out of this as well. So I guess that's something to take note of, something to work on. Work on naring. Shield pressure. So yeah, what was it? At 007 you miss and to nair Falco for up. your shield. And then you're kind of just like releasing shield at the wrong times here. I mean, this falco is kind of mixing you up. Yeah, you couldn't have challenged that. You could not have challenged that. I mean, this is a hard part of the matchup. Just like, I mean, it's not super hard because you just like pretty much the only guaranteed times you can narrow out are after rising aerials and when you up tilts or down tilts your shield. And I'm not a big fan of falling on top of Falco with this nair that you did. Because like this position is just really bad to be in for Sheik. So like you should never willingly put yourself in this kind of position because like you can just get messed up by up tilt here. Like up tilt messes you up, crouch cancel messes you up, especially because that's gonna be weak nair. So never like deliberately come on top of Falco like you did here. Like here, I think in that situation, I mean, maybe you tried to shorten out, but you just missed it. Maybe. But even then in this position, I think you should be just like short hopping back to try and catch him coming in with the short hop fair. Like I think you need to be a little bit closer to Falco to stuff him with the nair. Like you need to be like right here, so I guess that, I mean, it may have been a flaw, but I'm still going to take note of it. That at 10 seconds in, you deliberately put yourself in position, like above Falco. At 10, you put yourself above Falco by full hop, mirroring. Initially, when he was in range to get under you. Don't do this. Falco wants to be under Sheik. So you see tilt. Will hurt you coming down. And this is especially bad because you're using weak nair to come down. That's a big no-no. Big, huge no-no. And then it looks like you try and act at it. Okay, let's look at what you did after the nair. So you hit high nair. You're active right here. He just shines you for it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay, kind of this bit of slop on both sides. Okay, that up tilt's not a great way. I mean, I'm not sure if you were doing that on reaction to tech in place, but even then, it's not. Actually, I guess when you start it, yeah, I think when you start, I don't think you're reacting to the tech in place. I think you're predicting it, and even then, up tilt's not a great way to cover tech in place at all. It's just not, especially at this percent, it's just not going to lead to anything. Falco can just crouch cancel and then shine you for it. So like if you are going to be doing a move here, I think you generally want to do down smash. Just because it breaks, like it knocks him down. Like if we look at Falco at, what was it, 28? Yeah, 28. Look at Falco at 28. Sheik doing down smash, should knock down. Yeah, knocks down. I mean, technically F tilt knocks down here, but he can just crouch cancel that, and if he crouch cancels the down smash, he gets hit by multiple hits of it. But up tilt's definitely not going to knock down. There's no way. Yeah, like it does knock down until like probably 60 or 70 or somewhere around there. So definitely try and cut that out from your gameplay. Yeah, cut that out. I mean, I guess just work on reaction tech chasing. If you're trying to proactively up tilt, you're in a bad spot. Okay, these nairs are kind of becoming a problem. Like they're not really going to beat Like, they're not really going to beat Falco's downer. They're not going to beat Falco's downer. They're not even that, like, they're not good at all for contesting Falco when he's above you. If anything, if you want to contest Falco in this kind of spot, you should use up air instead. Like, if you want to do a proactive attack, like a proactive move on him, do up tilt through up air instead. That's the best option. Best option to do when you're trying to shark Falco. Work on your tech chasing. When do you do the up tilt? At 016. At 016. You up tilt to catch which isn't a good option. Isn't a good option. Which, I mean, it's like, so it's not a good option. What am I trying to say? It's not a good option. 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 I'm just repeating myself. Yeah, so use option. Okay, use up tilt to catch tech in place, but isn't an option. And hits. Anything else? Yep. Okay. Was that off the second up tilt? No, it was because you rolled. It seems like you're a bit roll heavy. Are we trying to grab him? No, you can't try and grab that. If you're this close, if you're trying to grab his approach, like in this situation, you're gonna have a bad time. So that's definitely questionable. At 017, it looks like you try to grab Falco dashing into you. Use F tilt or short hop back there, or short hop back there instead. Let you try and challenge Falco coming on top of you with Nair. So at 022. I might just do like the first two stocks, because this is going to be a lot. Or just like do the first two stocks in depth, and then just watch the next two stocks pretty casually. Okay. You're about 22. You try to shark Falco with full hop rising there, which gives speed. Use up air instead. Use out air instead, for sure. Okay, decent, whatever. You're trying to dash attack him? I feel like you're trying to dash attack him. Okay. Questionable short, like questionable ledge shot fair. I guess I can see it because you were trying to punish his nair landing. So it kind of makes sense. That's the situation where you should be nairing him. You should be nairing him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you nair him, you hit him there. I'm pretty sure you hit him there. So use nair as shield to beat rising. At 10:32. Actually, no, that's not a good general rule. That's not a good general rule, because there are some rising aerials that you can beat with grab. Like, there are some rising aerials when you just, like, when he just, like, drifts and lands in front of you. Like, lands in front of you with a rising aerial that you can grab. It's just the rising aerials where he crosses you up or like, fades back that you should be nairing instead. So it's hard to, like, draw a line in the sand as to, like, whether you should nair or grab out of shield to beat rising aerials. But I guess in this specific situation, nair out of shield would have caught the drift back, and nair would be pretty bad. But I mean, I'm assuming that superwildyoshi was assuming that the falco was going to stay in place with this drift and that he wasn't going to drift back, which is why he did the grab here. Which, if Falco did just stay in place with his drift, then the grab would have hit. So it's hard. Definitely a hard situation to think about and to, like, play in. And I think I'm not going to comment on that, just because it's so nebulous here. Like, where you should be. Like, if you see this nair right here, it's really hard to tell if you should be grabbing it or nairing it, like, right in the spot. And that's kind of just something you learn about the falco when you're playing him, like whether he likes to fade back or just fade back or go over. Like this, like I feel like to be safe, I would just nair this rising aerial, especially because nair is gonna knock down here. But I can totally see the argument for grabbing this instead. Like, although if you're giving your opponent credit, then you should assume he's gonna be drifting back, and he's not going to be intentionally putting himself in danger of being grabbed. I think I already talked about. I already talked about an opportunity to it talked about the importance of nairing out of shield pressure. Nairing rising aerials also very important, especially falco crosses you up or fades back. Okay, moving on. So we try and grab. We shield again because we're in nair range. I feel like he had just barely enough time to go to the ledge, or short right back and go to the platform. And he gets hit with an arrow on the top of his shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's rough. That's a rough situation to be in. I don't think he could have naired out. Like I'm not sure how to count like frames, your active frames when you're in shield after getting hit by an aerial, because I'm not sure if it starts when your shield pops back up or if it starts when the shield like goes away for a little bit. But that was just a tough situation to be in. I mean, let's look at if there was anything he could have done to avoid being in that situation. So we're here. Falco's active. Yeah, this is rough. This is really rough. Like, I mean, right now, pretty much your only good options with the sheik, like your only options that'll beat an approach, are like F tilt in place. F tilt in place. I mean, we're still like about 5 or 6 frames out from being actionable. So Falco is going to be able to start his dash forward and get in the air before we're active. Like, you can do a dash forward for 1 frame, then jump and be in the air before we're active. So I guess like F tilt might work. There's a chance F tilt works here. There's also, you can also in this situation do a dash back run off stage backer. That like dash back run off backer, like double jump backer back on stage. And that's kind of decent in these situations. Just because this grab just puts him in such a rough spot. Like let's look at where he was actually actionable. Okay, Falco's dashing back. So you see Falco dashing back, and you see him getting to this spacing where he can threaten you with a down air or a neutral air or even a running shine, and you shield because you're scared of the air, like you're scared of the pressure. Yeah, I think shield is totally reasonable here, for sure. I think F tilt's also reasonable. I think short hop back is also kind of reasonable, especially because like short hop back would put you right about here. Like you'd land right about here and fair him for approaching. But we shield instead. So we shield instead. And I think in this situation, a lot of as Sheik, a lot of your common responses against Falco shield pressure are going to be just like rolling out a shield, which isn't great. Which is definitely not great, but it's like acceptable. I think this is one example of a situation where you should be like be very patient in your shield, like looking to roll out. Just in these situations, it's really important to be very disciplined in holding your shield and not like try and grab or nair too aggressively, I guess. And I think that's one thing I didn't really see him do at all when he was getting shield pressured. Yeah, I don't think I saw him do any, like, he didn't roll or, like, be just very disciplined with his shield after catching the shield pressure. Like, he was just getting beat by all these rising aerials, and he could, like, all these shine into rising aerials, and he could have also naired those rising aerials, which is also a really important part of like, handling shield pressure with Sheik. Is that you kind of got to wait the Falco out to see, like, to catch him doing a rising aerial. And it's kind of like it's creating a mix-up between like waiting in shield to catch a rising aerial versus just rolling out if Falco is trying to grab you for it. But yeah, so anyways, back onwards. This is just a really tough situation. This one right here, just tough situation to be in. I'm not really gonna put him at fault for being hit there. Okay, work on your shield drops, work on your platform movement. You kind of just doing a whole lot of nothing here. Like, you're kind of just throwing moves out without really thinking about it, it looks like. And with Sheik, it's really important to use your movement. It's like movement more so than moves. So I guess I'm going to take note of that. It looks like you're to trigger happy when throwing out that move. Remember to use your movement to create openings and not brute force them. Because like he's just swinging for like his life depends on it. I guess he tried to dash attack the landing there. But just because of the jab, like because he was just throwing out moves, he wasn't able to. And that might have been enough tilt, maybe. There's a decent chance of it. Then he just jumps into Falco instead of like taking his opportunity to land back on stage. Let's see why he got hit why he got hit at all. So what are we in? We're in this situation. You could dash back here. Dash back would be reasonable. To short hop back to the platform is also reasonable. You could even full hop needle to the platform. That'd be pretty decent. But dash attack at this point, it's too late to dash attack. Can I get my frame by frame? I guess more accurately, we're right here. I guess dash attacking is reasonable. It's not great though. I think in this position you could be short hopping at falco, like short hop. You could be short hop naring at falco. This is a really good situation. Short hop nair at falco, and because we've seen that when falco's at this spacing, he likes to when falco's at this spacing, he likes to approach with he likes to approach. I don't think he's not. I think pretty much every time we see him at this spacing, the falco's approached. So with that information in mind, it would be I think F tilting here would be a pretty decent choice. Or just dashing back. Dashing back would be totally fine here, and I think this is a perfect example of a situation where superwildyoshi should be using his movement more than his moves, because by using his movement here, he can just create a really big opportunity for himself. Create an opportunity for a dash attack that he's trying to do. He can create an opportunity for the dash attack he's trying to do here, with a whip punish dash attack, whip punish boost grab. Chasing Falco down into the corner, making him take seed space. And if you don't want to do that, you can also just short hop to the platform and then just whip punish him with the shield trap aerial. So yeah, I think this is one of the situations where I want to see him. So I'm going to use this as an example. Perfect example at 43. When you dash attack Falco. So what's the best way to explain this? Because we're dash attacking Falco when we're in Falco's threat range, so we know he's going to do a move, whereas instead we could be dashing back and creating a whiff punish. So, perfect example at 43, you dash attack Falco when he's in range. When he's in his shuffle range would be a good way to put it. When he's in his shuffle range, instead of dashing back to create a whip opportunity. Important note that Falco has approach pretty much every time he's reached his shuffle range. Okay. Got it. Okay, this is kind of just a lot of slop. Again, we're seeing that superwildyoshi is just super move happy. He's just very trigger happy with his moves. Doesn't use his movement. Yeah, it feels like he's just throwing out moves with no real intent behind them. And that's definitely a big problem. Definitely a big problem for any melee player. It's really important not to do that. It's important not to be super wild with your attacks in melee. Shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Okay, what are we at? 048. Let's look at it again. So jab, we try to dash attack, we get punished for it. Jump into Falco's range. This F tilt doesn't even make that much sense. This F tilt doesn't make any sense at all, and it results in him being clipped by the nair. At 486, when you get hit by Falco's nair off the platform. Attack with intent. Attack not because you think you might hit, but so like the reason this is such a problem is because against better players who are better, like a lot better whip punching and using their dash forwards to like make you think they're gonna approach, but then just like mix up and not like dash back. And against those kinds of players, superwildyoshi would get especially destroyed. Like that would be a huge problem for him. Okay, we grab Falco. Again, we're doing this up tilt and place coverage on Falco's second place. It's really not good. Very not good, and it just sacrifices the tech chase. So, like... And he's starting it before you can even see the tech animation. He's rushing it. Just very bad. So... using up tilt to try and catch that 51. This is bad. This is not great. This is very not great, this up tilt. I don't like it. Okay, and then you just dash attack. I can see this is not too big of an issue. This is just you not knowing that dash attack like that the Falco will land before you can dash attack him. I mean, it's still a bit of an ish. Not major enough to take note of, though, I don't think. Grab ledge. Grab ledge. Grab ledge. Grab ledge. And then he just dies. Okay, get more comfortable grabbing ledge. Very important. Very important thing for most sheiks. Grabbing. Practice grabbing ledge as quickly as possible. Which is something I need to do more of for sure. Okay, so we've taken a stock. And we're dash teching already. I'm really not sure what this dash tech is trying to accomplish. If it's supposed to be an F smash, that's even worse. And again, we can see Super Yoshi Man, Super Wild Yoshi. You can see him just like getting punished for just throwing out moves with wanton abandonment, just swinging, not even trying to whip. Like it looks like he's not even trying to whip punish Falco. Like he's not even trying to create whip punish opportunities for Falco or against Falco. Which is one of the most important things in any Sheik matchup, creating whip punch opportunities. So yeah, this is a big problem. I'm just gonna. It doesn't look like he's too trigger happy with moves. He just is. Like, I know Sheik, I mean, I'm sure he thinks of Sheik as like a zoning character that throws out a lot of moves. But that is definitely not, okay. We're not fast, not quick enough grabbing the ledge after this. Looks like we took a while to process that this happens. And this is a fair we've seen before from superwildyoshi. Definitely a problem. And again, he just throws out a boost grab, like throws out a grab because he sees Falco shielding. Like he could have like short hopped there to cover Falco's shielding, like staying shield or Falco rolling in. And it looks like he's not really like comfortable using his, again, just throwing out moves. And these jabs, again, just throwing out moves. I mean, in this case, it gets him the grab, but it's just really not great. Like Falco, if Falco is on point, he can just crouch cancel shine this, no problem. Like he can crouch cancel shine this one, right here, for sure. Like better Falcos would definitely crouch cancel shine this, 100%. Yeah, this is not great. I think there's definitely a lot of room to improve, for sure. Okay, let's look at this again though. I think I want to see him get it more comfortable with his ground movement. Get pump. Movement. Use dash. Dash to weave dash. Dash to weave dash. Dash. Dash to crouch. Also something I don't do enough, but very important thing for pretty much every Sheik player. These jabs should have gotten him shield grabbed, or should have gotten crouch cancelled. Again, be aware of percent. You F tilted Falco. At 0%. Zero. You F tilted Falco at 0%. Jabbed him. So the F tilted him at 0% and then jabbed him. I wish could have gonna CC shines. We grab him. We're gonna do up tilt again. Yes, we are. Yeah, you gotta tech chase. You gotta reaction tech chase. You gotta grind it. That's really important. Like still throwing out moves, not even throwing out like an F tilt that would have been a high reward. Dashing into Falco's crit range and getting punished for it. Okay, we roll away. I want to see you dash away from these. I want to see you dash away from these a lot more, rather than rolling. You're pretty reliant on rolling. So you're reliant on rolling when you could be dashing and whiff punishes. Oh, thanks for following, Mr. MP, appreciate it. Oh yeah, dig it. So yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, it looks like superwildyoshi. It looks like you're really reliant on using rolls to move around the stage instead of like other options. Like you're not really comfortable using your dash, like your dashes at all. Like I think I've seen you use your dash dance like one time, and it was during your invincibility. So that's definitely a big area of improvement, like a big area for improvement. I think your tech chasing, not throwing up moves, like not being as trigger happy with moves, and working on your ground movement are the big three things I would say to improve from watching this. So I think I'm gonna write those in as the big three main takeaways. Three main takeaways. Work on your grounded movement. Get it as fluid as possible. Work on your reaction tech chasing. Very important against fast callers. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, being too move happy. Try to be less trigger happy and use moves with intent. Okay. So let's move on. Look at this. We're just using our roll so much. Like, your roll is like his main way to get around the stage. Like, he's not really using wave dashes. He's not really using like dash to wave dash back. Like, I don't think I've seen him use dash wave dash back a single time. He's just like he's really trigger happy with his moves. He's just throwing them out at the first opportunity. Like this back air is not anywhere near grabbable. Yeah, you're definitely right. Like, for sure, you should be using dashing and wave dashing. Like, he has not wave dashed. I don't think a single time. He hasn't used his dash dance except literally one time, and it wasn't really that much of a dash dance. He hasn't been using shield stops, which are really good against Falco, because he catches rising aerials and nair them, or grab them. He hasn't been using his short hop. They're like just a lot of fundamental sheik things that have not been used by Mr. Superwildyoshi. And it's just like, this is a perfect example of like pulling the trigger, being like way too trigger happy. Like, he should know that Falco's not at a range where you can grab him, like, at all. Yeah, then he just gets downered for it. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that one on the notes too. Another example at 047. You get buried for pulling the trigger on a boost grab when too far away from Falco. Okay, continuing on. So you get downered for the mess up. You make it back on stage. Miss our tech in. Not great. Definitely work on your teching against Falco. It's really important. And it's hard, but it's really important to work on. No, we're just throwing out moves. This is no bueno. Like, after the jabbing on shield's not good in the first place. It can get you punished very quickly. And F-tilting shield also pretty bad. It also can get you punished really hard. F-tilting on shield again, yeah, you get punished for it. And we're just throwing out moves still. Like, I'm not trying to be harsh, but I'm just like, what I'm seeing is that you're really way too trigger happy with your moves. It's like a big problem for you. And a lot of situations where you could be using movement, where you could be using your dashes and your wave dashing and your wave dashes more, you just use moves instead, which creates a lot of problems for you. Because in these situations, like especially when you've been throwing out moves all game long, and the Falco's assuming you're going to throw out moves in these situations, then dashing back and dashing back become a lot more powerful because you can create whip punch opportunities. Because you've conditioned your opponent to expect moves, and when you do movement instead, it just catches them totally off guard. You can just punish him. You just get a grab. You're just gonna grab for free. Yeah. So anyways, throwing out moves still. I'm gonna put that in the notes. So 158. At 158, you kind of moves without really thinking. You throw out, okay, a ton of moves capitalized. Yeah. Yeah, big problemo. I guess, like, I've told it's high reward at this percent, so it is understandable that you would do this, but still not great. What was the other time? Unless we're updating Falco Shield. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah. Sick. I got a massive Oh, okay. So we got Yoshi on the voice channel. Well, he's actually really good. This is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfection. I'll just turn down my music. Okay, so I'll be in there soon. Just gotta turn down music, or turn off music. Raise levels. Getting the voice channel. Hey! Oh, I can't hear you. What's going on? Okay, let me go to the... I think it's because I'm on... Hold on, one sec. I'll get on the web app. Okay, cool. Hello?
Yep.
Okay, sick. So I've been looking at your set, or been looking at your game, and I have some notes to go over.
Yeah, I saw I mean, you said it. You were harsh, but you said what had to be improved, and I appreciate it very much, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's just there were some problems I noticed, and I think like there are three main ones I think I talked about. Like working on your ground movement, because like you don't really dash or wave dash that much. Like you use roll a ton.
It's hard to do it though with but
yeah,
yeah.
it's just really important to work on it. Partially because it's so hard to do. It's really important to like basically work on it like you would work on tech skill. And just like practice it in your practice sessions. Especially just like on a basic level, just like wave dashing back and wave dashing forward are both really important.
Also, you said like I throw a lot of moves.
Yeah. So I'll look
Right.
at I'll go example by example. So I guess I'll go to 46 seconds in. So we're at 46 seconds. At 46 seconds, Falco's on the platform, and you just throw an F tilt at it, like throw an F tilt into empty space. It gets hit. You get hit by the nair because of it. And there's a really good example.
I was more like,
Go on.
I'm scared. I guess a scared reaction kind of thing, and it just happened.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. I think just it's really important. Like when you're in friendly sessions, like try and like play using your movement more, and like do moves when you think they will hit rather than when you think they might hit. Because like especially when opponents are at low percent, because like all our moves don't knock down until like like around 20 or like 25, somewhere in that range. Like F tilt knocks down at 24, dash attack knocks down at 20, and then like fair knocks down at like something in the 30s. Back air 2, nair 2. So like you can get punished really hard for throwing out moves with Sheik. Especially like F tilt I think is your biggest problem. Because you use it on shield at like 158. Like you use it on shield like 2 times at 158, and it gets you directly punished by Falco. He just rising bears you for it. And then there's another example at 147 when you're trying to boost grab to whiff punish Falco, and like he's landing, and you're just too far away from him. Like you're just too far away from him to boost grab, but you boost grab anyways. So I think it's really important that you have like a good good recognition of spacing, and it's like what spacing means, like which move, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I think it's really important to like, especially when you do throw out moves a lot, like it's really important to then like also have like dash chancing and like dashing back and dashing back as part of your play, because then it makes opponents think you're gonna throw out a move, which they do move to beat that, and you just wave dash back and whiff punish them. And you can also like use your dash forward to make them think you'll dash attack or boost grab them, and then just wave dash back, make them think you're approaching, and then punish them for it.
Right.
Also, I saw you weren't really super aware of percent. Like at 3 seconds, and you don't tilt Falco when he's at 9%, and at 135 you have tilted Falco at 0%. Which are both pretty big issues, just because you can get crouch cancel punished by for those really hard. And that can be a big problem.
They only do tilts at mid %.
Yeah,
or even
yeah,
higher.
So F tilt at like 24. Down tilt knocks down at 42 on Falco. But like basically you can think about it like that. Like Sheik's moves unlock. Like they unlock when you get to certain percents, like when you get your opponent to certain percents. So like F tilt unlocks at 24%, dash attack unlocks at like 20%, down tilt unlocks at 42%. And that's why like it's really important. Like you should be using your short hop like aerials at those percents to like build percent and just like get Falco into position, like into a percent where you can actually tilt him. That's also why needles are so important. Yeah, so I mean, I think the biggest thing is like I feel like if you work on your grounded movement, then you'll like rely on moves like spamming moves less and less. Like it's all about confidence, right? Like if you're confident in your movement and you can like use it a lot more effectively, and it's a lot easier to use, and you have to like think less when you're doing it, right?
I guess I get a bit shook, when I play against Falco, because I just get overwhelmed with the the laser, the shine, the aerials, and the grab too. He has a pretty decent grab.
Yeah. So like that's one of the reasons why it's so important to like have good movement, because then you can just avoid him and like whiff punish him. Like run up shield is really good against Falco, because you can you pretty much go even with lasers, right? Because they don't you can just Like you go even with lasers. If he rising aerials, you can narrow him out of shield. If he just like stays in place, it's no problem. And like also like it's really important to like kind of like to wall Falco out and shut him down. Like also short hop fairs, like short hop back fair, or bears, or even like rising short hop rising nairs to shut him down when you're at close range to him. Although it can definitely be scary. Like it's something that's like kind of hard to work on when you don't play Falco a lot. But if you just like play against Falcos a lot and just like hammer it out, it'll come easier to you.
Right. I think I'm gonna plan to go on weeklies and try to get down on the matchup.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, that's really good. Going to weeklies is really good for improvement. And like you can ask like better players. Like I'm sure there will be some pretty decent Sheik players at your weekly, so you can just like ask who they are and then like ask them for tips. Like maybe ask them to watch you play for a little bit, or like to play with you and point out stuff. Because like people at locals are generally like really friendly, really helpful. What's your region, by the way?
Oh.
I didn't catch that.
Montreal.
Oh, okay, awesome. I think that's where Kage is, if I recall correctly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there will be some good Sheik players to learn from. But yeah.
Well, yeah, 'cause, I did go on the YouTube channel, and they do they have weeklies, and they were stream them obviously, and they do have a lot of Sheik and Marth and Falco.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so just like go. I mean, even just like money match a Sheik for like $1, and then just like ask them what they think about your play. And like money matches are pretty great for improving. Like if you're ever going to stream match, just post in the match critique and I'll critique it for you.
Cool. Which reminds me, I think again, I really appreciate this whole analysis. It was really well done, very thoughtful, and you know you.
Yeah, I love analysis. It's also a really good way to improve, especially like watching Sheik players in the matchup, like watching Sheik players play against Falco. Like Swedish Delight is really good at the matchup. There's a video of Mango playing against Bobby Big Balls out there, and like so. But that's like a really good way to like kind of learn what's good in the matchup, like learn what you should be improving upon. And just like kind of learn tech chasing and like when like people start to F tilt or all that stuff. It's really good. As far as other stuff I want to talk about. I think so. Just like talking about reaction tech chasing. You use I went over this already, but you use up tilt to predict tech in place, which is like pretty not good. Just because especially at early percents, use that early percents like a few times, and it's just not rewarding, and it prevents you from reacting to the other options. And it's just like it worked like one time for you, but I think it's much better to just like work on grinding out your reaction tech chasing.
I guess I get too anxious, but also it's happened before where I'd covered tech in place with an up tilt, and I would just rack up massive damage because I guess people don't know how to SDI from it, so I would just rack up damage, and I guess I was hoping on that play, but the guy was pretty experienced and he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, a lot of players are gonna mix up their techs. Like a lot of Spacies players like to kind of test you out with teching in place and shining. But I think that just beats up tilt, because if they time it right, they just beat out the up tilt. I can definitely see it leading to a lot of damage. Like I can see it leading to a lot of damage, but I don't think it's like too good like long to be doing like long term. I think it'll be more rewarding to just work on your tech chasing.
But what's for tech in place? What's the optimal like thing to do? Just shield.
Grab. Like grab.
In case they do like a get up.
Like if you react, so first you like react to just like so when they hit the ground, if they do a green flash and the screen rumbles, then you know it's a missed attack. And if you see the orange flash, then you know it's a tech. You know it's a tech. So like you should be grabbing tech in place and tech away and tech in, and then like either jab resetting the missed tech, or like if they're at a high percent, like up F tilting it or like down tilting it. But like generally, you want to cover as many things with grab as possible.
That's like the most optimal way.
Yeah. The optimal way is to grab them and just like grab them until like 50%, and then start dash attacking them, and then just kill them. But definitely grabbing
them with the dash attack, or
so you want to switch from tech chasing with that to grab with grab to tech chasing with dash attack, starting at like 50 or 60. And do you have any other questions?
What's the best way to DI out of Falco's Shine?
So you want to DI away generally. Like DI away if you're gonna land like in front of them, and then if you're gonna land behind them, DI behind. And then also you want to be smash DIing as well. So you want to smash DI away when you're gonna be landing in front of them. Or like when you're in front of them, you want to smash DI away. When you're behind them, you want to smash DI behind. Yeah.
And when you say away, oh sorry.
So like when I say away, I mean like if Falco is like downering you and you're on the right, DI right. And if he's downering you and you're on the left,
right. Okay.
Yeah. Like if he's downering or shining you and you're on the right, DI right. If you're on the left, DI left. Either of those two.
Right.
As far as like handling lasers, it's really important. Like you can practice it in the training mode mod, like Uncle Punch's training mode mod. There's a laser mode, and you can just there's a mode where Falco spams lasers at you, so you can use that to practice like dashing between lasers and like acting out of lasers, because it'll tell you like if you're frame perfect or not.
I know. Actually, I gave it a try a bit, but I definitely will practice it more, especially for the matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Like practice dodging Falco lasers or like reacting at them, like kind of playing around them. The exercise event is also really good to work on your shield drops and work on being fast. The aerial on shield mode is also really good for just like practicing dashing out of forward airs and back airs as soon as possible. And like the reversal mode is really good for practicing crouch canceling, or like practicing narrowing Falco's rising aerials. So it would be a good usage of it. And then also use I like to use the 20xx mod for punish game, because you can save states, so you can like put Falco at mid stage at 0% and then save, and then like boost grab, like practice tech chasing him. Then when you're done, load the state again, so he's back at center stage at 0%, then just go again and go again and go again.
The thing about the 20xx, the replay feature, I don't know. It doesn't seem to click with me. Like sometimes, like I guess it's like switching from player 1 to player 2, and I know you need to save state before you record, but sometimes I just can't get it to work.
I mean, I think KJH has a really good tutorial on this. I'll see if I can find it for you.
I'll give it a look for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna give you two videos, one long video, one long hour-long KGH video, and then one like 6-minute video that Smash Tutorials made. I'll just put it in general and tag you.
I watched the Smash tutorial to the point, but still, like, I'll probably put the video on while I have the game on, just to make sure everything's like, you know, perfect, like, you know, perfect screen mirroring each other, so I could like get the thing to work, you know, the save states and everything.
Yeah. What in tarnation? Okay, I'll just put in general. I won't tag you. Because I can't find you.
It's SWild on Discord. SWildyoshi.
Okay. Got you. Okay, I'm gonna just look through the notes to see if there's anything else I didn't go over with you. There's okay. Yeah, at 10 seconds in, you. Oh shit. At 10 seconds in, you like you full hop nared and came down directly on top of Falco. And coming down on top of Falco is really bad because he can like up tilt you, he can up air you, or he can just crouch cancel shine you. And all
Very,
this
very bad position, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So at 10 seconds in, you just like full hop in there and come down right on top of Falco, and he shields it and then just like shines out a shield. And like pretty much every Falco is gonna be able to punish that. And also work on your frame perfect nairs. Like work on nairing out a shield pressure. Because like you want to nair after Falco rising aerials you. And like you can nair after shine sometimes if he's doing a late aerial afterwards. Like you can nair at a shield after catching a laser on shield. And you can also rolling out a shield for handling Falco's shield pressure.
Stick for that just so you could get the fastest buffer.
Oh, like C stick to jump out of shield. Yeah, you could do that. I just use X and Z. But I mean, you definitely could do that. I know like some Spaceys do that with China the shield. Yeah, I mean, maybe try it out, give it a shot, see what you think of it.
Well, I do know it could mess up with your timing to throw out the aerial right after.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have the sense of timing you get from like, it might throw off your sense of timing, for sure. Just because I know like the timing for X, like for pressing X and then pressing Z is like really ingrained in me, and it's just like something I always know just because it's muscle memory at this point. And I think it might be harder for it to become muscle memory if you do a C stick. Also a really important thing with Falco is that you are really you're aware of his threat range. It's like the area of the area, how much space you can cover with the short hop aerials. I'll try and find a good space to pause it and try a diagram. Okay, found a good spot. So I'm gonna bring out my snipping tool and just draw the threat range. So when Falco's dashing forward, he has about He covers about this much space. With the threat of short hop aerials. Like that's about the space that he can jump towards you and like threaten you. So it's really important when you like to play around this threat range. Like play and like recognize like when you're getting to that spacing, and like acting because of that spacing. Like so like one example would be like dashing forward at Falco, reaching the range where he can cover with short hop aerial, and then short hopping back and fairing to zone him out and to zone out his possible aerial, or like dashing forward to that spacing and then wave dashing back so you can whiff punish it, or dashing forward to that spacing and just like F tilting so you can like stuff him coming in. And like that's just really important with every character in Melee for Sheik. Like with every character, playing against every character, it's important. It's just one of the fundamental concepts of Melee. It's just really important to like kind of be aware of, and like really important when you're watching like kind of higher level matches to think about. Because in those matches, like both players are playing around the threat range of their opponent, and both players are very aware of it. And especially with Sheik, because like Sheik is very reliant on whiff punishing, so she's very reliant on baiting out a move and then punishing it with boost grab or dash attack. And if
she's more defensive character.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really important that you know how to play defense when you enter like Fox or Falco's threat range, or when you enter like Falcon's threat range. And it's also really important like understanding your own threat range, like understanding the range that you threaten with boost grab. And like how that influences the way people act, because like a lot of characters, like if you're playing against Marth, and you're dashing forward at him, and you reach boost grab spacing, he's gonna dash back. And like that kind of pattern, like for Falcon, like that also applies. Like a lot of characters will be dashing back when they see you enter that boost grab range. And like against Peach, because Peach has slow movement, she's even like she has to worry about that range even more. And she has to like kind of stuff it with like down smash or nair in place, or like down smash and nair in place, or like like either of those two, or like I guess dashing back, or like a down tilt. But it's just really really super important to think about. And then also like the range you cover with like wave dash forward F tilt, like the range you cover with short hop forward fair. Like all these things. So it's really important to just like think about Sheik's like kind of options, like bread and butter options, and think about like the range that they cover. Oh, also get more comfortable grabbing the ledge. At 104, you like pretty much dropped like a ledge guarding opportunity because you weren't comfortable grabbing the ledge. Like you needle Falco. You need a Falco to put him below the stage. You're walking forward, and then you crouch instead of wave dashing back to the ledge.
Right. Thing is, like, it's like I don't find like Sheik is as like mobile as like, let's say, I don't know, Captain Falcon and stuff. So I don't know. I just get a bit scared too. You know.
Yeah, I know what
she's
you're
a bit
saying.
slower too, right?
She's actually pretty fast.
She has a high short hop.
Yeah, she has a high short hop, but her grounded movement is really fast. Like her dash is one of the fastest in the game. And like so, her dash combined with her wave dash makes for really fast movement. Like you can dash into wave dash and cover a lot of space and really quickly. And she also has foxtrotting, which is really good, really important. And so like her ground movement is like it's kind of stiff at first, but once you get used to it, it's like a lot easier to manage and to handle. I think there's a great example of like threat ranges at 17 seconds into the game. So Falco lands inside that threat range where he can threaten you where you're standing with a short hop downer or short hop nair. And you grab him, and it's like you grab him, right? where instead, cause like instead you should be realizing you're at that threat range, and like F tilting to stuff as approach, or just dashing back, like F tilting or naring to stuff as approach, or dashing back. And you just like grab and send, get hit for it. You get dash tacked for it. Yeah, so that's also one thing I didn't really see you doing a lot. Like I didn't see you aerialing. Like I didn't see you using a short hop. Because like it is a high short hop, but it also means that you can zone people out really effectively with it because of that. Because you cover a lot of space when you short hop.
Like up out of shield nairs for sure. Should have done short hop nairs.
Yeah, and you can also,
Like
especially
what you said before.
Yeah, in the Falco matchup especially, you can use nairs at close range because it stuffs Falco doing an aerial, and it also like it can stuff Falco doing a laser. So it stuffs Falco doing a laser. It also stuffs him doing an aerial. So like when you're at kind of like the range I'm showing on the screen right now at 17 seconds, that'd be like a good situation for a nair or like even an F tilt because Falco is probably going to approach the spacing, so you can do a nair or an F tilt to zone him out. Yeah, so definitely just like things to think about, like be aware of percents. Like be aware of percents. Don't use tilts until they knock down. Generally, is a rule of thumb. Work on your ground movement. Try and make it as fluid as possible. What was that?
When you say like knockdown, that's what you were talking about before, like unlocking, I guess. Like
yeah, exactly.
Pretty much getting the knockdown. Okay.
Yeah, so like think about your moves in terms of like when they unlock. The website I Need Data is really good for this stuff. If you go to I Need Data, I'll link it also. I'll at you. That website is perfect for any and all questions you have about like when moves knock down or percent stuff. Yeah, so like it's really good for like just like figuring out when moves knock down against characters. And it's really good thing to be aware of.
So cool.
Yeah, I use it a lot. It's really good. It's really good for like labbing out situations.
Sorry, but when you say knock down, like does it mean like when they get teched in place or when they pop in the air to like finish a stock?
So a knockdown refers to them like being forced to tech, like them being forced to like miss tech or tech. It's like when it knocks them down to the ground.
Okay.
Okay, I think that about covers it. I'll put the notes I took down in the match critique channel. Also, if you have any more questions, just add me and I'll respond. If you have any more sets, like if you play any more sets like after this and you're like trying to implement some of the stuff I talked about, I'd definitely be down to critique it for you.
Quick question though.
What's up?
Drop. Do you do it like the axe method?
Or
straight down?
I do the axe method. The axe method is more consistent, though, especially if you're on UCF. I think the axe method is definitely better. I think straight down. Some people use when they're dashing, like when they're dashing on a platform and they want to shield drop as soon as possible. But you can also use the axe method for that. Because you just hold the stick in the direction you're running, and then you move it down a notch, and it works totally fine.
Plup playing, I'm just like the guy's a monster. Like on the platforms, like his shield drops are so fast, and I think even fast falls them. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's probably the fastest player in Melee for sure. He also has some pretty damn good ground and movement too. Like Pleb has some really good ground
Overall,
movement.
good player.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Like as far as sheiks to learn from though, I think Swedish Delay is definitely the best one. He just plays like a very fundamental sheik. He has like good movement. He uses his aerials really well. He like boost grabs pretty well when he needs to, and like yeah, so like he's definitely really good. Also, if you can find any videos of Drugged Fox when he played Sheik, those are really good videos. I don't think he has many against Falco, but definitely check out Swedish Delight versus Falco. All right. Good talk. I'm glad to have helped.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I won't take any more of your time. But it was super much of big help, and take care, man.
Yeah, you too. You too. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Thank you to Weird Doofer. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very muchly. Hope you enjoyed the analysis. I hope you had a good time. Hope I was able to shed some light on Melee for you. I'm not really sure what else to do. Could play Pokemon. I guess I could analyze some more Melee. I guess I could just analyze more, considering that I could look at some more Falco games. Could look at some more Falco games. What do you want? Any input? Any input, my viewers? Do you care? I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, I'll just go. I'll watch some more. Watch some more Sheik Falco. Alright, what else? Alright, okay, let's look at Swedish Delight Falco. So I want to look at like a relatively low level set of him versus Falco. Swedish Falco SSBM maybe? That'd be better. So we have this real thing video. I've already looked at it a lot. I guess I'll look at it again. So there's that narrow I was talking about. Now you're gonna chill to stuff Falco's laser. Like stuff him from approaching. So in that case, it was stuffing his laser. Really good thing to be doing. Oh, I guess. Oh, I gotta cut the VOD. Cut the VOD. I forgot.